let's talk about Dwarf Fortress. I've done a tutorial. I've done actually a couple tutorials on this game. I play a lot of Dwarf Fortress, as you all know. There's one type of tutorial I've wanted to do for a long time. Something that I guess it's something that held me off from getting into Dwarf Fortress for a while. Was I used to watch Quill 18 play back in the day, and I always wanted to play the game. It always seemed amazing, and it is an amazing game. But one thing that always held me off, just the thoughts that you can't. There's always this thought that you can't play Dwarf Fortress unless you go out and you get utilities for it, so you can start the game with Lazy Noob Pack or Masterwork or whatever, which always seemed weird, and I didn't like that idea. I want to just download the game and play it, and so that's kind of what we're going to do today. It's going to be very basic. I think that for a Dwarf Fortress tutorial, once you get to a point you know enough about the game, then you can just use the DF Wiki, which I will put links below. But that's a very important resource that you must know. But for the start, it's a very intimidating thing, and I think the best way of getting over it is just playing the game. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. My attempt is to do that, to explain that today. So this of course is live stream. So those of you in chat, if I go too quick, I know I play this a lot and I go quick a lot of times, so I'll yell at me and I'll slow down a bit. Don't yell too loud though. I have feelings. And if you see me missing something, make sure you point it that way, and then I will try to reiterate things. But yes, this is vanilla Dwarf Fortress. There's no utilities. There's nothing. I will have Sound Sense playing, which I'll explain later on how to do that. Just because I really like Sound Sense, so I'm gonna have it playing. Yeah. Long explanation. So what was it? I got sidetracked. But anyway, let's go to the basics. So I'll put a link below, bay12games.com, dwarves. This is where you download the thing. It's right here. It's coming to Steam. And once Steam comes out, this video will be pointless. But I figure I probably got, based on previous updates, we got probably at least a year until the Steam version comes out. So this will work for a little while anyway. Okay, so we're going to come in. We're building Windows, of course. You know how downloading things works. So you download what you want, and then it just pops up, wink, wherever you want to put it. I have many different versions of Dwarf Fortress in my my library. So DF 2020 is what we got here. And there we go. And that was a loud thing of host a channel to null viewers. What's all that popping up for? Stop spamming me, Restream. Okay, escape. All right, and we get some lovely music playing in the background, but we're gonna adjust that real quick. Let's go down. Make that be quiet. So I'll show how to do this later on. It is a utility, which I'm not supposed to be doing today, but I like Sound Sense a lot, so I'm gonna play Sound Sense. Actually, I think I have it on my desktop here because I like using it. There it is. And I'll show how to put this in here because it's quite handy to have this in, just those little sounds, just to make things work kind of nice. And Restream is still spamming lots of things. Why, Restream bots? Stop it. I may have to break that. Things are going to be a little bit weird. Oops. There we go. All right, so we are at Dwarf Fortress. What do we do first? The big thing is we got to build ourselves a world. When I first played this, I'm trying to think back of whenever I first played this, which was, I guess, 5 or 6 years ago. 5 years ago. I was able to get to the point of building a world and choosing my caravan and getting set out, and then I got to the point of what do we do now? That's the big question. So let's build a world first. We're going to create a new world, and we're going to do this again. We're just going to be, that's all like the auto hosters. We're just going to do basic stuff. So this is an alpha. Yeah. Escape. We understand. I'm going to keep it just a small world and everything on medium. You can adjust this later on, but it's fine how it is. We're going to hit Y. And the one big part of this game is anytime you have any question of what to do, there's always things telling you. The keys are always there. It's just a little bit weird. But we're going to build ourselves a world, and we're going to let it develop. Now this is one of my favorite parts of the game. In this part, we are building, all the different empires, and roads are being built, and empires are falling and rising, and dragons are ruining people's lives, and people are being stolen. And one of the big parts of this game being intimidating is just all the depth that is in there. You think of like RimWorld on lots of steroids, I guess. But, while you're playing, you could have, I don't know, some dwarf comes in whose wife was abducted by some giant that I don't know, that he went out previously to go try to find and killed. All that stuff is built in here, obviously. And so it's a bit much. But we'll try to keep things a little bit simple. But one thing developed, S medium is what, 150 years, I think? So we can cancel this at any time by hitting escape and just stopping the building here. But we're building our world. We're adding in all the all this stuff, as well as all the civilizations and all the empires building, all the kings rising and falling and everything. Hey, Mythic. And you can see each of these, we can zoom, well, we can hit, let's say this is enough, 165, plenty. Let's hit escape. Okay, done. Now we can zoom in here. We can use our arrow keys and see what we've got. All these eyes over here. We've got a human tower. We've got a bunch of monasteries around. All these eyes here are elven forest retreats. We hate the elves. We despise the elves. More elves over here. A very big elven forest retreat. All the omega symbols are dwarf fortresses. This is who you are. These are the good guys. We've got some human towns around, probably. Yeah, the little plus sign up here. This is a human town. You can see the road driving to another human town over here. There's a tomb right in there. Not to know all these things, but it's nice to know some things. The purple stuff is bad. So, dark goblin pits. Don't build in scary goblin lands. Best tip, I think there probably is. We've got a dark goblin fortress. You can see what I'm just sort of arrow keying around and showing what we've got. A dark goblin fortress. They probably own these purple lands as well. Yeah, goblin pits. And we've got a little road over there running around. Yeah, knife ears are the worst. We've got a volcano over here. Volcanoes are always exciting. Everyone loves a good volcano. These are the little red notches. We'll probably just build a little, like an average fortress into the mountain somewhere. We'll figure it out. But this is fine. This world is done. Everything's good. Let's go ahead and use this world as it currently exists. And we can look at things again if we want. But I'm quite happy. We can see everything is named, of course. All the different biomes and all the mountains are named. This is the Teeth of Equity is the name of this mountain range. Excellent. We want to enter to accept. Okay. So. Did Twitch not swing over from Bob Ross? It does that to me sometimes, too. It leaves Bob on there. It's okay. Everyone likes Bob. So now we're finishing the world. So now we have a choice. Do we want to go into Fortress mode, which is Dwarf Fortress Basic? Usual, the Dwarf Fortress. There's also Adventure mode. You can go in and you can be like a Dungeons & Dragons kind of party running around killing and maiming and petting dogs now, or whatever you want to do. Shouldn't you talk about what new player would want from a map? We haven't got there yet. We'll get there. So let's go and start playing, finally. So we're going to choose the bottom one. I did one before. You should only have one of these if you haven't played yet. And we're going to go to Tethadar is the name of our lands. And we went Dwarf Fortress mode. We're going to be building a fortress into the mountains. We got 7 dwarves with our picks and our axes and our hatred for every elf out in the world. Okay, now we get to pick our location. So this is a big part. As far as like a beginner tutorial, though, it's my opinion that don't put a lot of effort into this. Hey, Omo, how's it going? Just find yourself a spot. It doesn't really matter. Your first fortress is going to collapse in no time. Don't worry about finding the right spot, because it's all going to collapse and be terrible in no time. I would recommend you have trees. You want trees. It's nice to have soil, because you have to put grow mushrooms in soil. That's nice to have. Metals, all that stuff, it's nice to have, but not important, because your first fortress will certainly fall apart before then. It is a good idea, however, to avoid aquifers, because aquifers are just annoying, and we don't want aquifers. Hey, Rev. We also don't want purple stuff. Purple stuff is bad. Purple stuff is evil. We don't want evil stuff. We want friendly mountain home. And I think we've got some mountains over here. We got a road nearby. We can zoom in. You can see what I'm looking at here. I got a big map, and I have an even further zoomed out map over here. I can scroll wheel and zoom in a little closer if I want. So, yeah, this is the point I should say. Your fortress will fall apart. That's the point of the game. Bad things are going to happen. And everything, you can't even imagine just how terrible everything's going to fall apart. But it will, guaranteed. And, so don't worry about find a good spot. Just find a spot that has some trees. And we've got 3 different zones here. We've got the world, we have the region, we have the local. So you can see these squares here. That's actually where we're going to be building. So I want to be over here next to these mountains. Actually, I can be next to that stream there. That'd be nice. So we're going to hit the keys, which are right here, EKMH, right down here. And we can scroll over. It's okay. Let's scoot my biome over here. These are, oh, this is mountain and this is forest over here, isn't it? So you can see these backwards J's are forest land. And this is the mountain, and we have the river over there. So we get a little bit of both. We can get a forest on this side, we get a mountain over here, we get a river on the east side. Yeah, that works. If you want to, you can hit F1, 2, or 3, and you can see the different biomes. So this is a biome of mountains. No, this is really that important. Just grab a spot. But you can see there's the mountains there. We've got a forested, soily tree spot over here, and then we've got down this way is more mountains on this side. See where the X's are showing. So yeah, there's dirt on this side. It's important to have dirt. Dirt and trees are important, so we'll have that over there. So no problem. Everyone following along? Understood? All good? Avoid aquifers. Have trees. All that matters. Don't build in purple. Okay, there's 3 things. Got it? Got it. Now we're gonna hit embark. This is where we're going to be sending our dwarves out. 7 dwarves into the mountains. Now, let's go old timey. Remember Oregon Trail. You're charging off across the frontier. You've got your mountain homes. We saw the mountain homes before where all the omega signs were. That's where we're coming from, and we're setting a new fortress. Is where we're off to. Now, the question is, what do we want to bring with us? Do we want to go prepare carefully and run through the thing where you bring your picks and your axes and your anvils and your cats and your dogs and your beer, or first timers, beginners, play now. That's all we need to do. Enter to embark. Hey, Findale. How are you?
We have arrived at our new home.
All right, we have arrived at our new home. As he said, after a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for all the glory of Kivish Muthdast. We could have changed that later on, but don't worry. Don't worry about it. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance, whether by bolt, plow, or hook. Provide for your dwarves. You're expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you. These are the dwarves will send a supply caravan in case we do something terrible. But it's spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings ere the alligators get hungry. Apparently there's alligators out there. A new chapter of Dwarven history begins here at this place. The name of our fortress, that's the Dwarven name, and the common name is Truebolt. Strike the earth. Yes, of course. Okay, so I remember the first time I played this game, and I got through all that. No problem. I even went through the Oregon Trail part, and I got my supplies. I had my plump helmets, and I had my picks, and I had my axes. I was ready to go, and then this screen popped up. And I'd watched Quill 18 play this game a lot, and I was overwhelmed. It's like, what do I do now? So I quit. So, let me explain. Hey, thanks, Roloff. Thank you very much. So, here's what we do. So what we're looking at right now is we've got our world map here. This is an ASCII. So some people think there's a beauty to this. Others aren't so sure about that. We've got any button we can do in the game is right here, listed over this way. And on the right side is sort of our overworld map. We can see we got like a river over here, swampy. It's really swampy over there. We got mountains over here, and there's supposed to be a river on this side on this side also. Thanks again, Roloff. Strike the earth. That's right. And dig too deep. No, don't dig too deep. And then we're gonna hit tab. So ignore all this. Just when you start the game up, hit tab. Twice. Okay. So you can always use tile sets. No, Barnes, this is no tile sets. This is vanilla. We're not downloading anything. We're just playing the game. All right, what are we looking at here? So we can use the mouse wheel if we want and scroll in and scroll out. Let's do that so we can get a closer look here for the video. But we've got a bunch of little dwarves over here. We can always hit K, and we can look around. You can see where my X is. So we got a blue dwarf over there. There is Zuntir Rigo, who's in my fish cleaner. That's his job. Up here we've got Astuth, our expedition leader. This is the guy who brought us on this expedition. There's 7 of us, by the way. We've got Rakus, the stoneworker. We have H is a horse. This yellow thing here is our wagon that we brought in with all kinds of supplies in the back of it. And there's a yak bull who pulled this thing with us. We've got Kikros. These are all our dwarves hanging out here in this little valley. Let me zoom out again. So it's not really. This game is more intimidating by name, I think, than what it really is. I'm scrolling around here. I can hold shift and scroll faster. Just using arrow keys though. But blue spots, blue's water. Green, it's grass. These little O's here are trunks. So if we were to hit shift, comma, or greater than, less than, goes up. You can see we're going up a level, and going up more levels, and up more. It's kind of hard to understand, but if we go way up, let me zoom out all the way, and you can see a little more. We go all the way up. We can go back down again. You can see the tops of the trees coming into view. We can go a little bit further. We've got this is our, it's kind of a plateau we have here with a river running beside it up this way. We can go down a little bit further, and we're on the level that we're on right now. You can see this is underground right over here, and more water this way. And go down even further, and it's all pretty much underground, except for the water spots. And you can keep on going. The light blue, I guess, is just sort of sky. It doesn't draw enough for that. We have a bit of a peak down this way. And we keep on going back. You can kind of see what we're looking at here. Up and down, up and down. We're going to figure out where we want to dig in, though. This is the most important part. So I think one thing about this game also that is a bit intimidating is it doesn't hold your hand for anything. It doesn't like a lot of games will say, okay, first step, build a town hall, and then build a farm. It doesn't do any of that for you. But you got to think. You got a bunch of dwarves who are helpless. We got to know, what do we do? We got to give them a shelter and food and drink. Dwarves like to drink beer. They don't need water. They drink beer. And those are the three things that are most important. We can always hit K though and keep looking around. We can see this yellow stuff over here. So exit. This is sand right over this way. These little triangles are hills. We've got a tree trunk right over there. All these O's are tree trunks. We've got some cherry opal clusters, which is like a gem. We like gems. This blue stuff up here is microcline. And that's all I see. We can again shift, click, and go further. What's down here? What is this? We've got some cobaltite. We've got some quartzite. Just a bunch of different kinds of rocks. If you play this game very much, you will become a geology expert in no time. All right, so I guess the first thing we need to do is find our way into the mountain. And there's a couple different ways of doing this. I was going to try to keep everything on one Z level, just for the purposes of this video. But of course, you can do more. Ooh, is that a waterfall? Ooh, it is kind of. You can see blue stuff coming in, and it drops down a little bit. Well, that's pretty, sort of. All right. No, not hematite. Okay. Everyone following me so far? Am I losing anybody? I think we got it. Okay. Now we have to dig in. We haven't pushed a button yet. We're still paused. We haven't done anything yet. Let's do something. So I prefer when you dig in, you want to make sure you have at least. You don't want to, if I dug in right here, it would be underground. But you don't want to be one level of space. I do this a lot, and I shouldn't. You want to at least have a couple levels of space. That way, if someone yanks out some plants or knocks a tree over it, then you're going to have a hole in your roof, and you don't want that. Holes in roofs are bad because goblins like to walk in there. Or necromancers. So let's go find a spot. We can go up a level, and we can see we've got a little bit of a hill over here. So in the interest of keeping things simple, let's go right over here, because we can dig in right here and dig a tunnel straight over, and then we'll be under this plateau here, this little mountain that's right here. You'll be able to see that little mountain there. You can also see there's a bunch of trees out here, and this is all my mountain range that we were looking at before. So let's go and mark some things out. So I'm gonna hit escape, and anything I want to do is listed over here. So there's a few keys that are very important. And the number one key is D, which is designate, or all the mining things. Anytime you're digging into the dirt is going to be probably under that. So D. And then we're going to go to where we wanted to go up, which we can still scroll if we want to. We're going to go to right over here, I think, and dig in this way. So let me zoom it back in here. So right over here, we go back down to that level where we want to dig in. And we're going to say, right here, we're going to dig in like this. So let's go. We're going to hit enter. And it's going to fill in the square wherever we hit enter again. So there. Okay, so that has been marked to be dug. So somebody has to go grab himself a pickaxe and go work on that. We'll fix that in a second. We're going to go in a little ways here. And, oops, keep on going here. And just fill that in. So it'll be marked up. We're all paused still, so nothing's going to happen just yet. And that is firmly underneath this spot here. I can go ahead and escape. Whoops. And not escape again. Just escape once to get back to this menu and hit spacebar. And let him go. So, as you can see, I don't think he's going to do anything. No one's doing it. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, sometimes they don't do things. This guy is. We can come look at him. Hit K. Look at him. So, we have Keybook, our miner, is out running around doing that. If we probably have 2 picks. And so, what we can do We're off to a good start. Mining is happening. Things are working. But we can come in here. We can hit V. What is V? What's V? View units. That's what we want to do. So we hit V. We're going to come look at our dwarves. So we've got Zuntir here. We can see what Zuntir is doing. He's kind of good at fish cleaning and butchering and tanning. He's kind of good at a few things, but not really. We got Rakust here as an engraver and a mason. So Rakust, I have a job for you. So we're going to hit P. And we're going to go into L for labor. And we're going to say, Rakust, I would like you to mine things. So we're going to hit enter and highlight that. So now Rakust has been given a job to go mine things. And away he goes. So we should be able to follow Rakust. He's going to go eat himself a pick. And away he should go. There, I think we just saw him. There he goes. You can see, there he is. There goes Rakust. He's a busy man. Sorry, busy dwarf. Busy dwarf. We have to set up workshops inside, or you put some ones down outside. Yeah, we can do a few outside as well. But we're going to leave it as, we can probably go inside, I suppose. So most of these guys aren't doing anything because we don't have any jobs for them yet. Another thing you want to do, we're starting off by getting our home in the mountain home, right? We're dwarves. We go inside. We're going to go and we're going to chop these trees down. We need wood. So let's go and go back to D, designate. And then we've got T, chop down trees. Like this. And we can do the same thing as we did digging, but we're just gonna highlight some things. You can see my blinking spot there. So from there to there, I want all those trees chopped down. So somebody, hopefully, will go grab an axe and chop those things down. And we hit escape and then space. And there goes the guy with the yellow is gonna go do that. Now again, if someone didn't do that, we could force them to do it by give them the wood chopper job. If you want to see a kind of a grand overview of everything, you can hit U. Does U show up here? What is U? U is, where is U? Unit list. So we can see everything that's in the world right now. We got our 7 dwarves. We have a miner, woodworker, woodcutter, stoneworker, Rakust. We gave him the job of digging. He's doing that. We've got Key Crust, our woodcutter, is chopping trees down. Looks like Ustooth has already taken it upon himself to go fish. Good job, buddy. We can use the arrow keys and scroll over. We got pets. We saw our horse and our yak bull before, but we also have cats and dogs. You may see the C's running back and forth. Those are my cats. We can keep going again. We got some mountain goats. This is what's out there in the map somewhere that doesn't belong to us. A couple mountain goats. 3 mountain goats. And then anything that has died. Nothing yet. Don't you worry. We'll fill that up in no time. If we wanted to go kill some mountain goats and eat them, we could do that. But not right now. Not right now. Okay, so we got wood coming in. We've got a home being built. Our first priority, right? We want what's the word I'm looking for? We want a house over our heads. We want food, and we want drink. So, let's mark a spot for water. This water, let me go hit K and see. Is this, let me go down. This is murky water. Is this all murky stuff? Yeah, this is all stagnant water. We're in a swamp here. I thought it was a forest. I'm sorry. We're in a swamp. Avoid swamps. However, we do have water nearby over here. There's a waterfall there. Ooh, very, very pretty. Look how pretty it is. We have a brook. So, we can come up to this level here. You can see my caravan is right down this way. So we'll scroll over here. Just straight east. And I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to hit I. And I'm going to mark out a zone. What's I? I is zones. So we're going to hit I. And nothing really here is new compared to for this new update. I'm just going to make sure I highlight a bunch of the water. You can see that I've got some selected. Water source 62. Which means we can hit W and select this as a water source. So if you need water, which isn't really, that important, we're dwarves, but just in case for doctors or whatever, they need water, so we'll have that just to have it marked. But more importantly, we have a fishing spot, which I will mark. So they should be able to go over there and grab that as well. If we want to make it a garbage dump, we could toss our trash in there too and let it take its way down the river. Sure, make it a dump too. We'll make our dump is also where we throw our things away. Well, that seems fair. Seems safe. All right, we've dug out our intro wall here. Let's make something. So what do we need? We need shelter, right? That's the word. We need a place to put things. So I don't want to go out here. I want to make sure this is sort of the edge. I want to make sure I'm under 2 levels of stuff. This is all stone, isn't it? Microcline, yeah. So I'll just build farming somewhere else. But we'll dig this thing out, and let's just stay a stockpile for right now. And we'll go put 2 spots there, and we'll go like 2 spots over here. And we'll set up just a big square area here. This will be stockpile land. So all of our wood, all that stuff can get tossed into there once they dig that thing out. As it's blinking means it's being worked on, so dwarves they've got the job. They're running off to go do it. Not complete unless it has a stockpile of bins and socks. Yep. Bins of socks for sure. Yeah, Daz Tactic has a very good tutorial as well. Oh, right. Don't forget, pause. Watch for that pause thing. Like I just didn't do. Once we get that set up, we got stockpile land. We need to wait some workshops. The first things you got to probably make is your still. We need drink. You need from a still. You need booze. You need food from your farm and beds. Right, somewhere to sleep. This is all basic stuff. So, since this is what is all this over here? If you want to make a farm, it kind of needs to be on dirt. It doesn't have to be, but ideally, these are chalk walls. What should I do for my farm? Where should my farm be? I want farms to be on dirt somewhere. You can make dirt, but it's complicated, so we're not going to do it that way. We could probably come up... what is this? Let's take a look and see. What is this? Microcline, chalk. This is all stone. Probably a lot of dirt out this way. So, we'll let them keep playing that out. And trees are still being chopped. You can see I got logs. These little dashes here are a bunch of logs, which you can, of course, always hit K and look at that way. Almond logs, sandpear logs, persimmon logs. If we want to put them into a pile, we can do that. We can just set up. We'll go to stockpiles. Let's go to P. Stockpiles. Let me mark that out like this way. We'll set up here in front, right in front of the fortress. We'll go like that, and we'll go that. So we got a big square here. This is a stockpile of. I did that wrong. X if you want to cancel it. That was an example of canceling things. X and then X again. It's gone. We want a stockpile of wood, which is W, and then enter, and then enter. I was making a stockpile of animal. That's what was highlighted. Okay. Escape. And then they should start grabbing all the wood and hauling it up there. There they go. Hard at work. Good dwarves. Very good dwarves. Hey, Ren. How's it going? Yeah, you know what? Once this thing hits Steam, we will probably not see any more ASCII. You know, I'm guessing there'll be an ASCII mode within Steam. You can't have Dwarf Fortress without ASCII, whether you want it or not. All right, let's set up a food spot. So I'm going to put it... Where should I put it? I want to put it where there is sand or something that I want to make sure we have like a dirt ground, because it's kind of a pain to put farms where it's not dirt. So over here, we got a bunch of sand. This over here, sand walls. So when they're done with that, we're gonna have them dig out a little area here, just a little notch, and we'll come back this way. We'll just have like a square there. So we get some farms going. We grow underground, by the way. We're dwarves. Make plump helmets underground. And once that stockpile gets done, we'll move, same like we did with our wood here, we move all of our finished goods, everything inside. Otherwise, monkeys will steal it. We hate monkeys. The only thing we hate more, well, not true. So the only thing we hate more than elves, but that's not true at all. Let's go and let's plan this thing out. It's going to be kind of simple, but I would like, let's do like a main room here. I'll go ahead and mark this thing out. So again, I went to D, and then D again. Mine is already highlighted, but if you need to, you can hit D and highlight it, lowercase d, to do that. And we can come over here and we'll do something like that. And let's make like a big, like an entry room. You know, I mean, if you're coming into this place, it's got to be fancy. Make it kind of square, otherwise chat's going to yell at me. Kind of square anyway. It's hard to do with this way. With this. 1, 2, 3. Right, that's square. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then we can make it look pretty if we want. I mean, of course. We don't want an ugly fortress. What are we? Elves? Something like that. There we go. Yeah, it looks nice, doesn't it? Not really, but just pretend. I've been playing the update offline to get the new stuff figured out some. There's not most of the new stuff we probably won't get to today, but I got it figured out. I'm messing around a little bit though. Things degrade if left outside, like in RimWorld. Do they? I don't know. I don't think so. Most of us just pretend to understand this game. That's all of us are. I'm the same way. Anyone tells you they understand Dwarf Fortress, they're lying. Like foods and things, they do rot, for sure. And body parts. But like a battle axe, if you leave it outside, it's not going to have any problems. All right, so we're busy digging. What are we digging? Maybe we're having a nap. Get to work, you filthy dwarves. I'm gonna move my animals. They're already hanging out here by the wagon, which we haven't unloaded yet. We're gonna set them over this way. Set building priority. You be quiet, Maverick. We're gonna make my animals live out here. This is the front of the fortress. I want to keep an eye on them in case something comes over to mess with us. I want them in front. There's a lot of terrible things in the world. Have I mentioned that? Terrible things are gonna happen. We're gonna get destroyed. Bad stuff's gonna happen. So let's try to mitigate that as much as we can. We found some smoky quartz. We want a spot here. Remember these sounds. I'll tell you how to add that later. Make this little area here like animal land. So just like we did with the fishing, we're going to go in the eye and make a zone. And we're going to set up an animal zone. So we're going to do something like that. So just make a big box here. They can live on the wood logs. That's fine. That makes them happy. And we can go with pen and pasture. We're going to pasture our animals in here. And then information. We need to hit shift in. You saw that light up as I hit it. Shift in for capital N and tell them what we want in here. So dogs and cats we don't have to have in there. They can go run wherever they want to go. But we can go grab, we'll put our horse in there. And we'll put our yak bull in there. That way they'll at least be at the front, so maybe they won't die quite as fast. Looks like this thing is cleared out. So we're going to go ahead and stockpile some things. So I'm going to go to, P. I'm doing things too quick. P is stockpiles. There. So I'm going to go P. And we're going to mark out, same thing, boxes of things. So we're going to select what kind of stockpile we want, just like RimWorld or whatever. But we're going to put it in specifically. If we want to be more custom, we can do that. But for now, we're going to keep it simple. And we're going to go put some finished goods. G. Chairs and tables and beds and all that. We're going to throw those in right there. So we got a box of finished goods there. It'll all get filled up. The dwarves will automatically haul things. So no problem there. The other big thing is going to be furniture. So we'll throw some furniture in here. I guess furniture would be chairs and tables. Finished goods would be other things. So furniture, those are the two big ones there. We can also throw in things like if we have any coins or food or bars and blocks, sheets, all this stuff we could throw in here. We'll throw in some sheets, sure. Shift S. We don't have very many of those. We'll throw a little stockpile there. We may have a little bit of leather. We'll put that in there. Just fill this thing up with whatever random stuff. If we can be real lazy, I'll show how to be real lazy. We can go to C and then T to change our custom stockpile to be that. I said it was going to be easy, or simple, but I changed my mind. Right now, nothing is selected. Up and down arrow. This is where we're selecting what kind of stockpile we want to make. And so we're going to go see, and the E enables what we want. So we can go with, sure, an animal stockpile would be just animal junk. Yeah, that's fine. We put that in there. Food, I'm going to move my food somewhere else. Furniture, sure. E enables all of them. If they're lit up, means they're going to be in there. We can hit enter if we want to take them off. No corpses in there or refuse. So no stone because that's going to take everything up. Ammo, sure. Coins, we'll move the bars and blocks somewhere else. Gems, finished goods, leather, cloth. No wood because that's going to be a lot as well. Weapons, armor, sheets. So everything that's highlighted here is going to be in there. So when we're done, escape gets us out of there. And so now we can mark that off. So then all this can just be taken over by all that random stuff. So hopefully there'll be space for it all. So then they should start grabbing stuff off of the wagon, which they are doing. You can see they're running back and forth. It's kind of hard to see because they're going to this hill here. But little smiley dwarves, here he comes. Who is that? We can hit K and look at him. That is Keycrust, the woodcutter. He's here. He's coming to go get something. And he grabs something off the wagon. Now he's going up there to go dump it into the storage bin. He's going to carry it on in here. What is that thing? I think I should know that. That's a... Oh, wheelbarrow. Yeah, wheelbarrow. Those are nice. Hey, Ick. How are you? And again, let's just designate a corpse pile. Yes, yes. All right, we're building our, like our foyer, right? This is where, where the dignitaries come and we put statues in and we kill them if they're elves. We can build it, we should probably do this quickly. While they're digging that out and while I'm thinking of it, because I always forget this, we're going to go and we're going to do a new menu. New menu time. Hey, Mobster. We're going to hit B for build. Buildings, I mean. This is where we make things. This is where we make buildings. And there is a very important one, which is, I don't know where it is. There it is. Trade Depot. Shift D. And so remember we got in that first thing, it said we're going to get a caravan before the winter entombs us. And so we're going to do that right now. And this area here, this is where it's going to go get placed. If red X's means we can't put it there. Green X's are good. So we're going to put some green X's right there. We're going to put this thing outside for now because they need to be able to get wagons in there, which is like a 3x3 thing. So we couldn't put it in here. We could put it in here if we wanted to. However, we would need to widen our walls a little bit more so that the wagons can get in. Which I'm not opposed to. I guess we could do that. Yeah, why not? Sure, let's put it there. There we go. Now, when you place it down, you can hit enter, and it's going to ask you, how do you want to make this? What are you making it out of? You need 3 stone things, or log things. We have microcline, which is very close. We got 29 of them. They're all right there, laying on the ground. You can see these little circles here. We got chalk laying around. We have logs laying outside, right out here, and a bunch of logs outside. So let's go just use the microcline. It's the closest. So we're going to hit enter 3 times. And that trade depot will be built eventually by somebody. And remember, we need 3 wide, so let's go ahead and dig out this hallway here. And again, I hit D, and then enter again, and that is going to be dug out before too long. You can build it inside, but if you want to check that, is it Shift D? Yeah, if you want, you can hit Shift D, and it'll tell you if it's accessible or not, if it's green or not. It's not built yet, so it won't show up. But you can always check and see if your depot is accessible. Petrified wood, eh? Fancy. We might need an architect. We might. Where's he going? Yeah, let's see. Who's gonna be the builder man? We have Vukar's gonna be doing a lot of wood making, so not him. We got Azen here, the jeweler. This guy's gonna do nothing. So I hit U, by the way, to go to this menu. And we can go to Azen, and we can zoom to him. Z will jump to the guy. V, we can hit, we can look at him. Now, remember I talked about all the depth and all that's going in this game, which is what people talk about when they talk about Dwarf Fortress. We can go and hit enter to look at him. Okay. Walls of text! And we can see what he feels about. He feels so good. I feel so good. She has been annoyed when caught in the rain. It was raining outside. She was outside. You know, she's happy about being drunk. Always good. She's annoyed, remembering having to drink without a goblet. She's had to use her hands, which is outrageous. She thinks that's terrible. And annoyed again. You can see, kind of read all this stuff and see if you're wondering what's wrong with your fortress. Why does everyone hate you? Well, it's going to happen anyway, but you can kind of understand why if you read this stuff. She felt sympathy giving somebody water. She's euphoric due to inebriation. Again, she likes being drunk. She's a worshiper of the fenced, whatever that means. Some god out there. You can see all kinds of stuff. She's 75 years old. She was born on a certain day. She's 93 years old. She's got a broad nose. She likes giant cheetah, apricot, wine. Yeah, it's lots of things here. She values tradition, respects the law. She's that kind of person. But anyway, the most important stuff is going to be on top here for what what's messing with her now. So she needs a mug. So that's one thing that's really bothering her. And being in the rain, but once we get this thing built, she'll be fine. We can also hit escape, come back here, and we can hit R, look at relationships. She loves Ustuth, that's her deity. I don't know what the other thing was. She's got a couple of friends in the fortress. She's got some acquaintances. Sometimes they'll be married. Yeah, we can also customize her. We can hit Y. If we want to change her name, nickname, we can say her name is, her name's Jim. That's not a very, your name's Jim, Jimskin is her name. Jim Skinette is her name. If we want to change, like, in the profession name, we can say she's going to be our builder. And so we go back, we can hit escape, get out of here. Now it says builder. So we know what her job is. Jimelina. Now, if the other thing I was trying to point out is we can hit Z to jump to her. And then we're at this menu here again. If we need to get back to it, we can hit P and then L to get back to this menu and see what we want her to do. So what is she going to do? We're going to go down to other jobs and make sure she has architecture on. We need to make sure we have a few people that can do that so they can plan buildings out. I'm also going to have her do... What else do we want her to do? You can see all the ones that are white is what she's doing right now. We can tell her some sort of crafts that she can make. She's doing jewelry as well, which we don't have. We can tell her to go fish. I don't know. What do we want her to do? Maybe she can take care of the animals. So we'll have her do the animal training, animal care, not hunting, but you can trap some things, I guess. But mostly just take care of our horse and our whatever else we have there, the cats or whatever, you know. Escape, and then off she goes. So she should come over here and mess with this thing eventually. When she finds the time. You're kind of at the whim of your dwarves here. Interface of, yeah, this is a good yeah, interface of DF is abysmal. Wish there was a way to change it. Should happen with a Steam release. That being said, once you learn it, the depth of the game is incredible. Yes, it's one of those things where like it's like really off-putting by looking at it and getting into it. But once you get into it, it's not that bad. It's not that tough of a game. There's nothing super hard about the game. It's you know, I mean, you're building it. If you build a city builder or whatever, it's kind of the same idea. And yeah, Dwarf Therapist is fantastic. Okay, so we can see we got things getting pulled into our stockpile here. We still need, what do we need? We need rooms. We need a place. We need food. They're digging out our farm spot over here, so we'll get that in a minute. That's all sand, so we can take care of that. That's excellent, what we want. We need a spot for rooms and things. We need crafting land, all kinds of stuff. So let's go dig some more. Let's plan out a big fortress. It's very important to have a roundabout somewhere in your fortress. And we're going to figure that out right now. So let's go with something like this. Let's go a double-walled one over this way. Like that. And we'll do a double-walled one over here. Oops. I'm going to enter once. Scroll around. I'm in D and then D again. We want to make sure we stay underneath this mountain here. Is that G? Is that a goat? What is that? We can go to... Maybe we want to go... Let's go something like this. And then... How far is that mountain at? We can go to like here and stay under that mountain. So let's go... We'll put like some rooms or something over here. I don't know. We'll stick something small over here. Actually... Maybe this will be craft land. Yeah. Let's just make it big. Make it big. Put it over here. Like that. There we go. Craft land. Okay. I'm running on my roundabout space. So we may need to go downstairs. I'm going to try to avoid that for now, because Z levels are even more confusing. But we have stockpile land. We have craft land. We can put something else over here if we need to. We need a place to sleep. We need a place to eat. We'll put eat land over here. We can also click, by the way. If you really like your mouse, you can click. As long as it's selected, you can click without having to use the enter thing. We want to go... Is that where we want to be? Like right... Again, I'm going to try to keep everything underneath this level. Let's make this a kitchen over here. So we can do that, or we can do this. Go up this way. Make this a big place to eat. And we'll make a little room back here. We can put our kitchen, and we can put maybe a still or something back here. It's kind of ugly. It's got a certain beauty to it. You know what? Let's go with like... Yeah, that's real nice. Real nice. Look at that. That's terrible. Something like that. It's you know, okay. It's kind of weird. But we'll do, that's going to be like our main kitchen area. I'm trying to avoid going out here. Oh yeah, and I forgot. Shift question mark brings up question marks. Introduction. What do I do? Welcome to Dwarf Fortress. There you go. Creating your world. Plus and minus does this. What do you do? What should we make? There you go. You're making your world there. You want to go preparing for the journey. Your first outpost. It tells you how to mine. This is all in here. What do we do for mining? Grab a pick in the mining profession. Rock wall designated in the mining area. Yeah. How do you do designations? Well, you hit D, and then you go in. So it's all in here. Everything I'm telling you. But some of us like pictures more.